Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first episode of Afro Saga, a podcast that takes you on a captivating journey through Africa. I'm thrilled to be here today, joined by my amazing friends. We have Lionel from Maribor and Numan from Loka, and me here from Vienna. And as we embark on this journey together, on a mission with Afro Saga, is to bridge the gap between Slovenia, particularly, and Europe in general, and Africa by sharing our own experiences, the stories, our impressions, and things about this incredible continent, Africa. Africa is a tapestry of diverse culture, breathtaking landscapes, and remarkable people, and we're here to unravel its mysteries, showcase its beauty to our audience. And but that's not all. Afro Saga is not just about us. It's about fostering connections, building understanding. We want to make it a platform, provide a platform for our both Slovenians and Africans to share their experiences and perspective, creating a vibrant dialogue that promotes cultural exchange and friendship. In each episode, we will delve into various topics, from African history, traditions, art, current events, and personal anecdotes. We'll bring you with interviews with the Slovenians who have visited Africa, and also Africans who are living here in Slovenia. Even prominent individuals from both cultures, who have made a significant impact. So we can start with a brief introduction. Numan, I hand over the mic to you.
Just like my brother Tamer said, I am Numan, originally from Ghana, but currently residing in Slovenia. Looking at the continent of Africa and how we have been misunderstood and stereotyped against, I have not actually felt it more until when I stepped my foot outside of Africa, that I began facing more of these stereotypes, and I never in my life felt the need to actually defend Africa like this time in my life. So encountering a platform like Afro Saga, where we get to really throw more light about the continent Africa, I really wanted to be part of it, or to be like a forefronter, because every movement that is towards the good of Africa, I actually want to be one of the trailblazers of it. And I'm really glad to be here, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my unique journey traveling from Africa to Europe here and other parts of the world. And I'm sure my co-hosts are going to do same, as well as invite some interesting guys. So that's just a little bit about myself, and I hope you guys will hear more about me as the podcast goes on.
Thank you, Numan. Lionel, I pass on to you for a quick introduction.
Okay, thanks very much, Tamer, for giving me this floor. So I'm Lionel. Viewers from all over the world, if you're listening or you're watching this, my name is Lionel, and I'm a social entrepreneur, and I'm currently based in Slovenia. I'm a father, I'm a brother, and I'm a pretty chill guy, but not so chill at sometimes. So based on my traveling experience, I've witnessed that a lot of people do not really have the factual conception about my dear continent Africa. And for this reason, I am very, very happy to join forces with people like Tamer from Sudan and Numan from Ghana, to be able to establish this platform called Afro Saga, where it's gonna be some kind of medium to respond to misconceptions and misunderstandings about our beautiful continent. So that's why we're here, to give ourselves the platform or the chance, and others as well, to tell their stories. and it's an exciting process, and I'm really, really happy to be part of this.
Amazing. It's lovely, really, to have you guys. And me here, Tamer Ibrahim, Sudanese, as Numan have already mentioned. And this platform is definitely something that I aspire to put my all in a way that I'm a digital marketer in the beginning as a profession, and also passionate about social activism. And Afro Saga will be a platform in a way that I can experience that kind of activism, to give back, to connect, to share stories of a community that is usually less spoken about in a favorable way, which Africans. And of course, when I say Africans, Africa is a continent. It's like 54 plus countries, and is usually associated with images that are not quite accurate, that is mostly corrected, and things that are quite prevalent on the media that need to be addressed. And we get to share our own stories, not shared on our behalf. So yeah, it's a good start. It's a place to start on that. So yeah, what our viewer, moving on, to expect from us on this platform? We can hear more on this from Numan.
The main aim of Afro Saga would be to educate our viewers more on the good side of Africa. And we are going to do this through storytelling, just like the name suggests, Afro Saga. And most of these stories are going to be personal experiences. And it should come from people who have really experienced Africa at first hand. Like somebody like me, in my 30s, I've spent most of my time in Africa. So I think if you don't get the true story of Africa from me, then I don't know where you are going to get it, So
exactly, yeah.
Being somebody who has the experience, has lived there and all that, and have experienced other parts of the world, we are definitely going to give you the true first-hand stories about Africa, and also invite other people, because we are not just it's not just going to be run by just three of us, Tamer, Leo, and I, but we are going to invite a lot of guests to come here to share their stories. So the stories is like definitely the forefront of this, but there are going to be other aspects of this which I'm sure you guys will share with them as we move on.
Yeah,
exactly, yeah. Lionel, also we can have your input on this part, how and what exactly our viewers, listeners are they expect from Afro Saga.
Right. Thanks again for giving me the space to come in on this. Afro Saga, it's gonna be giving everyone, not just it's an inclusive journey where everyone is gonna have a voice, and this will include not just extremely or well-off people, extremely successful people, but normal people to come and also say what they could say, because it's not just all about showcasing our success stories, but people who are also struggling can come and tell their stories from an empowering angle. So we expect people from all backgrounds in Africa to be invited. We will be inviting these people who will come to spend time with us on this platform, as well as we will be covering events. Sometimes, let's say in Slovenia, since we are based here in Slovenia, there could be an African event going on. So Numan is a cameraman, a professional videographer. So we could go to add more light to that kind of event, and also any kind of gathering that's promoting, African culture and African things, and giving us an opportunity to come together to know each other and empower each other based on our various struggles and how we can be there for each other. So yeah, this is some of the things you can expect from us. And also, since I love traveling a lot, and my fellow co-hosts, they also are very much into traveling, we will, as we travel, we might, cover some stories from other parts of the world and see how that happens. So that being said, we will be telling proverbs, and these proverbs will be very meaningful and associated with our concept in Afro Sagas.
Like my brother Lionel said, Afro Saga is a big platform. It's not just limited to a podcast. Yes, on this podcast, like we said, we would be sharing stories, mostly proverbs, other interesting developments in other parts of the world related to Africa, as well as taking our lenses to various events that are African related here in Europe and even the Americas. And sometimes while we travel back to Africa, we are going to really show you some of the happenings, and not just the stories, but actually the videos that we do. And he rightly said, I'm a videographer, a professional one at that. So definitely I make stories that bring out the good in Africa, not just short stories, but I'm even developing feature films, future movies, which are going to be shared all over the world. And you guys get to see some of the process that it takes for us to come together and make this stuff. So yeah, for now, we'll just be telling you a bit, more of what is going on, what is going to come on this platform as a podcast. But you should know Afro Saga is something bigger than just a podcast. And yeah, on this podcast, I'll let my moderator, who is Tamer, to continue with the rest of the program then.
Yeah, right on. The major part also that we have highlighted is challenging stereotypes. Challenging stereotypes is something that will be one of the core, missions that we take on this platform. And yeah, it's not Africa is not a country. Wakanda is not in Africa. All of these. And Africans don't necessarily know each other, those kind of things. People could be from a mile away, and then you get asked about a person that I know that guy, do you know him? Kind of a thing like that. So just as one would be from Italia and another one from France, and you would assume just because they are white, they might be related or actually acquaintance. So those things are kind of important to start with. And coming to the last part of the this pilot episode, we would go on and hear a proverb, African proverb, from brother Lionel. Lionel, on to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like this part. This is the part where I think a lot of people will relate to and like. So the proverb for today goes like this: until the hunter. Oh no.
Yeah.
It's until the lion learns how to ride, the hunter will always be gratified. So again, until the lion learns how to ride, the hunter will always be gratified. So that's the proverb, and this is the meaning of this is that if we want to relate it to Afro Saga, it means that until Africans or Africa as a continent learn to tell its own story and change the narratives and challenge the stereotypes, like Tamer was saying, we won't be able to ever be, misunderstood. We will always be misunderstood, and there'll always be misconceptions. So in this proverb, we are the lion, Africans are lions, so we have to learn how to ride in order to get the hunters not to always change the whole thing around and make them become really so giant, and we are the little tiny guys that have nothing and just sickness and underdevelopment kind of stuff. Right. So yeah, Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right on. I mean, this proverb, I actually like it a lot because, like Leo, you said, we are going through it right now in life as a continent, because if you look at something out there, there's something we call soft power, which is the ability to like impose a narrative onto people by indirect means. And some of the commonest is just like through movies. And if I should just ask like you, my co-host, and even the audience, if you look at most of the topmost movies that are out there in the world, like when you see something like Mexico, what comes to your mind?
The color, the color of the background changes.
The color is already very warm, very hot.
Yeah.
And then some drug dealers or some people working. If you think of Africa in like most of these big movies, what? Child soldiers, safari, talking about
jungles.
Yes, all this stuff. But when you think about America, always the good guy coming to save people. The beautiful scenes. When we think about Indians, always dancing. If there's a fight, they are dancing. If there's
totally. And more into that, to add into that, Numan, in my field of digital marketing, I kind of frequently observe that how, for example, search engines, of course, they get fed data, and the data that is fed to it mainly that when you search anything about Africa, you get images that are associated with poverty, destruction, chaos, whatever things that is negative, or keywords that are associated with that, it comes along the search as if that is something linked to that continent or that place or that keyword. When it's searched, it brings you that kind of result. So even if you kind of educate it, you get misled by the information presented to you, because that's how the search engine is optimized to feed you data, and that's how it is. And it doesn't help how news kind of feed a certain narrative that how Africa is, that it needs someone else to involve in it to kind of fix it, you know, like not someone who's from there, someone from outside. That kind of complex brings people into thinking, you know, that Africa is just like the worst place to be, and it is nothing but chaos, you know. So
this is why we the youth now have to take on storytelling, be it through the podcast platforms like we are doing right now, writing novels, poems, movies, etc. So Afro Saga, we are doing our bit by starting this platform right now, and I hope our viewers would join us as we embark on this journey to really like enlighten people about the true story of Africa, and not just that one-sided story being told by others. So like Leo said, let's be the lions. Let's start writing our stories and not allow the hunter to always be glorified by all these hunting stories, but rather what we should also get to.
And guys, let's stop being victims of whatever. Let's know that shit happens to everyone. All these developed countries, they've been through, you know, nasty things too. So.
You see what you just said right now about being a victim? I have an experience. You see, like back in Ghana, you know, Ghana is not just a place with just one tribe, right? We have more than like hundreds. I think, if we are not even mistaken, more than 500, But you find people, some who are at the north side, not really understanding those at the south side. And just in the past couple of months, 2 developments came out. One was that a lady traveled from the south to the north and came back to her town and started spreading this information that girls in the north use clay as menstrual pads. Like, this was like a wild story being spread all over Ghana, and people came out to condemn this. I don't know if you guys ever, there's this popular musician, she's performed here in Slovenia a couple of times. She's called Wiala. If you go on her Facebook, you would see some of the videos of her debunking this. Like, what do you mean? just come. We're in the same country. This is not even from somebody very far.
Yeah.
You know, but somebody just a bit like some few hours from you comes to you and just go back to spread the information. She has encountered people having all this using clay as menstrual part, which is wrong, and it is not even true. And the next was that another filmmaker from the south came down and made a movie, and the tribe he chose to do the movie with, like, they were this group of guys called the Gombas, right? And in the movie they were performing this female genital mutilation. Meanwhile, this tribe, according to history, has never participated in this act, but you made a movie like depicting this tribe, and they were performing it in this movie.
Right.
So imagine if this movie comes out and you are spreading it, what happens? Everybody thinks, oh, this is what happens. Like, this tribe used to do this back when it was still allowed.
Right. Yeah.
So when people were trying to play victims like this, I was like, okay, you guys should also be telling your stories, because I'm sure if you were telling your side of the story, somebody will not come and misrepresent you with all these lies and spread it all over the world. But then, guys, there was something that was drawn to my attention, right? Like, if you give Lionel a megaphone and you just allow me to talk with my voice, and you allow us to debate, he's definitely going to win, because his voice is going to be heard more than like mine. Definitely. Because he has something that is amplifying his voice and not mine. So yeah, I agree with you, brother. Let's not be playing victims, but rather let's empower ourselves so that we'll have platforms where our voices could be heard more louder. And that's why I'm really glad for a platform like Afro Saga that is here, so that we all can tell our stories. So viewers, it's not just us telling our stories. You can share your stories with us via our social medias and whatever. I'm sure moderator would even do a good job telling you guys how you reach us with your stories, so that we can really enlighten the world about the continent Africa.
Oh yeah, definitely. So coming to concluding the pilot episode, once again, I remind you, as Numan said, if you have any stories, reach to us through our social media handles that we will be adding down below in the description, or wherever that might be for handles to be. And we'll definitely share an email ID as well, where you guys can reach us and share with us whichever story you'd like us to highlight or meta to address, or anything that this platform is not just exclusive for us, it's for everyone. It's a platform for voices to be amplified. And
yes. That's the spirit. Exactly. Everyone has to partake in this journey, because it's a beautiful one. It's a colorful one, where we'll be making everyone feel at home, and giving them the chance to express themselves in a way that's going to empower themselves and empower others. So thanks very much, guys, for this opportunity to be with you on this journey, man. Like,
lovely, yeah.
Numan, you're the man, and Tamer, you're also the man. So I'm really happy to be joining forces with you guys.
Thank you, Lionel. Thank you, Numan. And see you guys in the upcoming episode.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Okay. Bye.